This is Dennis Peacock with another edition of the Transforum. Today we're dealing with Iran, no good options. And it's one of the 6 great issues of our day, number 6 in particular, the whole challenge and tension between international cooperation and national sovereignty. And obviously that's very much involved in the situation with Iran and its race to develop nuclear weapons. Now the principle that we're looking at here is the current freeze on nuclear weapon production in nations is essential. In other words, the nuclear club doesn't need any more members, especially somebody who's got the worldview that the leaders of Iran have. Now, how did we make it this far with massive nuclear arsenals, more than enough to destroy all of humanity, with a very simple policy called MAD, Mutual Assured Destruction? Now, mutual assured destruction worked for us because in the Western world, nobody wanted to see their culture destroyed, and everybody basically loved life. That doesn't work with Muslim extremists because their worldview is whether or not this world is destroyed is of no real consequence. The real issue is obedience to Allah, who demands that all nations bow their knee to Him. Now, the other piece of all this stuff is Iran's move to become the new Ottoman Empire. And I'm going to be talking in a short while about Turkey and its repositioning that plays right in to Iran's hands. Now, there's really no good options here, which means we have a very, very negative situation. Number one, we can allow them to develop nuclear weapons, which is insanity. Number two, we can negotiate with further sanctions. Now, if that was going to work, I would have wings and pigs would be flying. Don't hold your breath for sanctions to do anything, especially with China and Russia so intertwined with the energy issues surrounding Iran. The third option is remove the current government. Now, that's possible, but it would probably take another 10 years, especially because the next generation is so disenchanted with the authoritarian government. But the bombs are going to be developed long before the next 10 years, probably within the next 6 months. The fourth option is the one that nobody wants to see happen, but it's the one that most likely will happen. And that's Israel become the attack dog for the West. The challenge on that is the Russians are now talking about selling a very sophisticated anti-missile system, and only stealth planes can get through that, and Israel doesn't have stealth planes. I'm guessing that this thing is going to be resolved probably by issue number 4 and Israel by April of 2010. Where's all this going? Click below. It's our strategic vision page. This is a Transforum, folks. Let's engage.